What's going on, everybody? As always, thank you for viewing my videos. So here is the Apple Watch Ultra. I did have the Apple Watch 8, and that midnight color, I really like that one a lot. But I jumped over to the Ultra after some long debates, especially with myself. Of course, we are talking about an $800 smartwatch. Now, the thing about smartwatches is that eventually the battery is going to deteriorate. Or if that doesn't happen, if there is some type of accident, you can have the innards deteriorate, right? Things like that. So, with that, I got the Apple Care that you pay monthly. So, throughout the life of this watch, or if I decide to get another one in the future, I will have coverage. And as experienced with my son's MacBook Pro, they will replace the battery as long as you have the coverage. So that's good because that was one of the biggest worries with the Apple Watch Ultra, and it is the main reason why I picked it up is because of the battery. The battery life can easily with I usually turn always on display off, but for this I'm going to turn it on. I have do not disturb, it's not working. I'm getting a lot of text as I'm trying to do this. So I will put on the always on display. Now I am using the new beta software, the Apple Watch OS. So I'm still getting accustomed to using these buttons for the old functions, and that is why you're seeing different screens. So, all right, let me put on the always on display. And once again, I'm screwing up. All right, here we go. This time around, I'm going to really put on the always on display. Okay. And the only reason why I'm doing it is because I don't want you guys just to see a black screen when I'm talking and I don't have the screen on. So the main reason for buying the Apple Watch Ultra is the battery life. I tend to turn off certain things in my Apple Watch or on my Apple Watch since the very first one. I've had the first Apple Watch, waited till the Apple Watch 4, I believe, and then 4 years later, I got the Ultra. So the things that I turn off is Hey Siri. I turn that off. I usually turn off always on display. And I will turn off most of the background notifications. That is simply because I have my phone with me all the time. I do not have uh, data, phone data. I don't have a subscription, but I can if I want to with this particular watch. So that saves me some battery time. And I've tested the battery life with the always on display on and off. And I've also tested it with, if you see here, you tap on the battery, you can go into low power mode. And I've tested it with low power mode. So on normal use, because I went to Madrid with my wife and I use the Ultra, of course, to track uh, our day. And I'd say for me, I would put, let's say, because you tap this orange button, I have my workout, it immediately starts. So let's say, especially in any watch, right? As soon as you start doing your workouts, you're going to drain battery. So on an average day, if I do, let me change the watch face. This is my favorite watch face because it reminds me of the Nintendo um, Virtual Boy. I'm a dork like that. So I'll put Snoopy. It's part of the new watch face. New beta software. So in Madrid, we were walking about 6 miles a day. sometimes a little more. And every time we walked, I would put on the workout, and I'd say the battery would last about 3 days. So I'm talking about always on display and twice per day activating a workout and having it on for at least for each workout, and that's going to a location and coming back from that location. I'd say that was about 2 hours each way, at least 2 hours each day. And that lasted me 3 days. With the power mode, with low power mode on, and once again, I'm going to go to that so you could see low power mode. With that on, what happens is that, and I'm sure if you're watching this video, you know this already, certain features shut off, like the heart rate. So when you go to your heart rate, it will activate if you activate it. As of now, my heart rate will every minute or so, or a certain amount of time, the watch will monitor my heart rate throughout the day. If I am working out in low power mode, the heart rate will activate. So that is one benefit of having low power mode on. But when you are sleeping, and I like to track my sleep, so let me activate that. This feature right here that you're seeing is part of the new Watch OS beta, so I can track my sleep. And as I'm looking through this, it will show me, or at least on my phone, not on here, my phone will show me my heart rate as I'm sleeping. With low power mode, you don't get your heart rate monitored. So it all depends on what you really want from your watch. So with low power mode, I got just about 4 days, and that was pushing it. And I mean 4 days where I had about 2% battery, and I just stretched it out as much as I could just so I can prove that it lasts 4 days. But overall, for an Apple Watch, the battery life is great. Now, compared to my Garmin, I had a very basic Garmin, smartwatch that does almost everything this Apple Watch can do, but just not with all of the fluidity and the nice animations and faces and things like that. But that particular watch can last close to a week. So that's pretty nice. That is pretty nice. But for an Apple Watch to get, I'd say with regular use, you get 3 days. I know Apple likes to put 36 hours, but I'm telling you, and once again, I'm reminding you that I turn certain things off. So the thing I turn off is Hey Siri on my watch, and I believe the always listening. But I can easily hold down the crown and ask Siri a question. So let me ask Siri a question. And hold it down. What's the weather like today? It's currently cloudy and 68 degrees. So yeah, the battery life is fantastic. The screen is fantastic. Beautiful colors, deep blacks. Once again, the body is 49 millimeters, but the screen is not fully 49 millimeters. It's just a flat surface when compared to the standard Apple Watch, which I kind of like. I like that nice curved edge that the Apple Watch has. But here I have a titanium body with sapphire glass. I nearly forgot about the name of the glass. So we have sapphire glass. It is extremely rugged and durable. Then I have this cool watch band that also has titanium material for the hook and where the Apple Watch connects. And this strap, some people don't like this strap, but I really like it a lot. It is not irritable. My skin doesn't irritate when I wear it, and I wear this watch a lot. Of course, I take it off when I go to take a shower, not because it's not waterproof, but I just don't want to soak up the strap and then wait around until it dries up. So to avoid that, I just take it off, and if it needs a charge, that's when I'll charge it. Um, it does come with a quick charge cable, and you can get about 50% pretty quick. So just be warned that because it's a bigger battery, it's going to take a little longer for the entire battery to fully charge. The speaker is really loud. Then, of course, you have that alarm system, which I'm not going to play because it's really loud. So for me, it would irritate the hell out of me because of my brain injury. And making calls, it's really good. I get like the call quality is good because of the speakers, and people can hear me just fine. And my wife and I, we do go out a lot overseas. So the dual band GPS system comes in really handy. You do get the ability to backtrack where you were. So that's really good. We do have, I believe, LoJack, which would help us with that on their app. But this is, as I stated, my favorite uh, watch face because it has a compass. So move it around, and you'll see that it'll show you, you know, east, west, north, south, things like that. Even the elevation. So it's very useful. And then of course you have your the apps that you simply tap, and because this particular face has a bunch of spaces where you can place the most used items or features that you use. That's why I also like it. But there are plenty of faces. Apple, once again, doesn't really use third party faces. I know there's an app that some people use to create faces, but for me, it wasn't working too well. So I stick with the basic ones. Now, since I installed the beta, certain things don't necessarily work as fluid, but overall, the beta 2, the watch the watch OS beta 2 has been pretty functional and smooth. So, yeah, I'm not going to sit here and tell you there's another watch face that I really like that looks pretty cool. Uh, as you can tell, I somewhat like the darker faces. Uh, Let me put on a face where you can see the bezel. So you'll see the bezel, and that'll show you that this is not fully a 49 millimeter screen. It's the body. But the screen is really useful. And when I say useful, I got big fingers and I can easily type if I want to. I don't want to show any messages, but let's see. So, the good thing about this new operating system that will be released soon by Apple is that now when you swipe up, whoops, when you swipe up on the face, you're still going to have your time and the date, but you can also scroll through whatever you want. I put weather, I put medication, stuff like that. As you can see, it's kind of going crazy here. So I'm going to hit messages, and I'm going to go to a message, and you can see hopefully the light's not messing with it. You can see the keyboard. You can use the swipe. or you can just narrate with your voice. Basically, the same thing you can do in any watch. Not basically. Uh, I don't want to use that in this sense, but you can do the same exact thing when if you have an Apple Watch 8, and you download this new software that's coming out, this new operating system that is coming out. Everything here is going to be exactly the same. You just won't get, I believe, this new face. Let me see if I find it. I'm not sure. Well, no, that's a lie. My wife has this face as well in a different color. But this is one of the new faces for the beta that will be released for the new software. But yeah, I'm not a runner. I'm not a hiker, even though my wife and I, we do go to Arizona. We do go to Spain, things like that. We walk for hours and hours. So I did try out the more accurate GPS, and it, it didn't look no different than what my wife's watch was able to do with the tracking or our phones. But some people say it is really accurate. And if you're lost, you have certain features that your basic watch 8 or watch whatever, 4, 8, whatever, won't be able to do. So here I'm trying to show some of the apps I don't use. This is the water app. If you're diving, not water app, but if you're diving, it'll tell you the accurate feet and things like that. So obviously, I'm giving you my impressions. I am not here to tell you to buy this watch or to tell you that it's better than the Apple Watch 8. In my opinion, it is because of the durable body, glass, bigger battery, louder speakers. But that might not be enough for you if you are looking for a reason to upgrade. It is an expensive watch, but with that expense, you're going to get a premium device. You will get a premium device. That is guaranteed. This body is premium. It the entire package, the strap with the titanium hook, with the titanium material, the connecting that connects to the watch, and the body and the glass. It just feels premium. Even underneath as ceramic glass, I believe. It's where the sensor is at underneath that connects to your wrist or sits on top of your wrist. So bear with me, guys. Once again, I do have complications from a brain injury. So at times I will get distracted or just simply forget things. So if you've lasted this long, I truly appreciate it. And I would like to know if you own an Apple Watch Ultra or if you're thinking about it. And what is your favorite Apple Watch face? Um, Let me know in the comment section. So anyway, these are my reasons for picking up the Apple Watch Ultra. It is a luxury item. And I'm not saying that because I can afford a luxury item. This took a lot of thinking. A lot of thinking. And once I got a hold of the Apple Watch 8, the 45 millimeter version, I remembered how much I enjoyed the Apple Watch system. Uh, I went to Garmin for a little bit because I figured, you know what? I'm going to give the Apple Watch a break for a while. And once they announced this, and I purposely stood away from it in the Apple store. And then that one time I tried it, I said, okay, it's time to just do the inevitable. And I bought it. And I've been extremely happy with this purchase. So that's all that matters. If you're going to be happy with the purchase, if you're going to use most of the features that it provides, from my wife and I, she has the 40 millimeter Apple Watch 7, and she's extreme. She's not a big tech person like I am, and she uses her Apple Watch all the time to track her steps. I'll see her standing so she can do her standing, close her standing circles. And a lot of times when you have something that is showing you progress, such as a smartwatch, it doesn't have to be an Apple Watch. When you have that showing you your progress, a lot of times you're going to be inspired to close out these rings. It sounds simplistic. It sounds kind of kiddyish, but when you see this progress bar, it's it gives you an incentive to finish. So I have 5 hours of standing time I have to complete. I know damn well I'm probably not going to. Well, I'm not going to say I won't. It's still early in the day, and I can easily complete my task, which is 60 minutes of, what is that, exercise time, and 700 calories. So I think I could do that. But the fact that I have it here, it's it's easy to track. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up. So thank you for watching my videos. You guys take care. Talk to you later. Bye.